I'm Prashni Naidu. Welcome to my video on how to connect with our guidance during times of stress. Now, this video is applicable. It's for anyone who is a beginner or also more advanced. You can communicate with your angels through this method. You can communicate with your higher guidance or your higher self. You can also communicate with God. If you just want to connect with God, you can do that. Yes, it is possible to hear God's voice. You can connect with God. You can connect also with higher level guides, also known as ascended masters. Now, strictly, this is all we're going to stick with in this video, basically your higher guidance. Higher guidance is free of most ego, so that's why we need to connect with the higher guidance, because you're getting a more true message. Of course, you know, if you've worked with angels, they have no ego. Either it is God, your higher self is directly connected with God, with heaven, with the universe, so it's free of that as well. And higher guides, basically, we're talking about anyone like Jesus, Mother Mary, Lord Krishna, Buddha, the very, very high level guides. So now let's see about the distinction. Why is it different connecting when you are stressed as opposed to when everything's going great in your life? Well, the difference is if you are stressed, you are filled with lower vibration, lower emotion, fear, anxiety. There's also a lot of expectation into your question, and that just brings your vibration down. And if you're trying to connect with true guidance, your higher self, the vibration of that is very, very high. You know, angels have a very high vibration. And same with God. The reason most of us don't hear God directly is because God is so pure, the energy is so pure and so high, it is just not comprehensible to us on a day-to-day, living. We just don't accept that guidance. So this video is going to show you how to slow yourself down so you can hear higher guidance. Now we're going to use an example. You can use, you of course can communicate which, for whatever reason you want. But today we're going to use a common one that I hear a lot of in my private practice is, well, what do I do if I'm confused about my career? I don't know where to go. I don't know, what steps to take. I've been asking for guidance. I'm not getting any. So what should I do? So we're going to go through this step by step. Now, you don't need anything for this to do this meditation, to do this process. This is just a general centering exercise. There's many different ways of doing it. I'm going to show you what works for me. So let's see here. The only things, you don't need anything, of course, but what would help is incense or sage. This is my sage, or you can burn some incense. Now, I like to go to a place that is comfortable for me, comfortable and safe. I have my office. This is my office behind me. It is my happy place. I go here to do readings. I go here to meditate, and it's a space that's very calm, very peaceful. The vibration is very high in here. I've filled it with crystals. There's tons of crystals. That's another thing you can do. It's very important to have a space like this in your home, no matter what your living arrangements are, even if it's a closet. Someplace that you can go to that's really your own, that's untainted with any lowered energy. So this isn't a place you would be arguing in. This isn't a place where you would be working. If you have, a high stress job, you wouldn't be doing your work in this space. This is a space, this is a refuge, really, where you can get away from your concerns, get away from your problems. And for me, coming into my office is so calm. It's just, I've sort of trained myself that when I get into this space, I don't, any worries I have are sort of, they just dissipate. So I don't even need to center myself most of the time. I can just, if I'm in this space, I'm very receptive to hearing guidance. And I find it so easy to hear any guidance I need just by simply being here. And this is something you can do for yourself. You don't have to have crystals or incense or anything, but it does help. Whatever makes you calm. Fresh flowers help a lot, plants, anything that makes you feel calm and sort of removed from the everyday grind, anything that's really troubling you. Scent is important. I like using incense or sage. That's what I do if I ever feel like I'm a little too stressed out or I need extra help. I just light some sage or some incense, and you can use whatever you like. Anything you want that you feel comfortable with using, you can use. And besides that, and your safe place, you know, your sanctuary, a place you go to, you don't really need much. Now, a lot of people do find it's easier to hear guidance, to hear higher guidance, and to feel more at peace when they are in nature. So if you have a backyard, a park you can go to on a regular basis, that's a really good option if you don't have a place inside your home. If there's a place outside you go to, that works just as well, sometimes even better. So let's start here. Now, what I need you to do is to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Now you can take as long as you need. The aim is to feel calm and to feel relaxed. So you can go ahead and pause this video and take as long as you need. Now once you feel that your heartbeat has slowed, the tension is leaving from your shoulders, I want you to visualize a brilliant white light from the top of your crown chakra. And this is your connection to God, to the Creator. So imagine that light entering your body. It's a brilliant white light. And as it washes over you, it brings with it a sense of calm, of peace, of security. You are safe. You are loved. And you're in a space of complete fulfillment and happiness. Allow this light to sink into your bones, feeling entering every little bit of you, from your head all the way to your toes. Now, again, you can go ahead and pause this video and take as much time as you need with this step of the process. The aim here is to feel complete calm. You should not be hearing any mind chatter. If there's something bothering you, if you're stressed about anything, this should all be gone. So take as long as you need with this step till you are completely calm. Now, once you are calm and you feel very much at peace, you're going to ask your question. Now, who you ask is completely up to you. If you just want guidance and you're more comfortable connecting with your higher self, you can do that. You can do this in your head. You don't have to speak out loud. I'm speaking out loud simply so you know what to do. So you can ask your higher self. Ask yourself, ask your soul. Your higher self is really just your soul. It's the part that's free of all earthly concerns, and the part that's directly connected to God, to the angels. You can also ask any angel you wish to work with. You can ask your high-level guide if you're comfortable asking Jesus for help. Definitely you can ask. You can even ask God. If you feel comfortable just asking God, you can do that. The guidance will come to you just the same. I always work with Archangel Michael. So I'm going to use Archangel Michael. If you're unsure of who to ask for help, how to channel this guidance that is there for you, I would recommend asking Archangel Michael. He's very clear and he's a very powerful angel, so when you ask him for help, you will get an answer. And the answer is the same as if you were to connect with your higher self. It's the same as if you were to ask God. Remember, angels are messengers of God. It's the same if you would ask Jesus. It's the same answer. So let's ask Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, I'm confused about my career. Can you please give me guidance on what is the next step I should take for my career goals and my purpose? Now, it's important at this stage to remove all expectations. We want to put the answer out there, but then we want to remove any expectation. So don't sit there thinking, oh no, what am I getting? What should I be getting? What answer should I be getting? Because what you're going to do is you're going to block yourself. You're going to block the guidance. You want to maintain this calm state. So if you feel like even just asking the question sometimes causes stress, causes anxiety, remember that you're connected. You're in this circle of pure white light. Visualize this light and really get back into that level of comfort, the level of security that you need to feel. And let the question go. Put it out there and let it go. Now, the next step that's very important is to understand that when we ask for guidance, it doesn't always come to us in the form that we expect. Sometimes the answer is completely different. In terms of career, for example, I've asked for career advice. Now, my brain is thinking, well, should I do business cards? Archangel Michael's going to tell me I need business cards. Archangel Michael's telling me that I'm going to need a new place to work. Archangel Michael is going to tell me that I need advertising, whatever it is. That's what my brain's telling me. We have to be open to the guidance that is out there, and it is often very different from what we would imagine it to be. So with something like career, you want to keep an open mind and you want to go back to that place of comfort and calmness and peace surrounded by white light, because we remove a lot of expectation when we're in that space of security. When we're in our everyday body, our brain is in charge and tells us what we should and should not do. When you remove yourself from that space and take a step back, you are really opening yourself up to a whole level of guidance that you might not have even thought of. So you're sitting there now, you're calm, you're relaxed, and suddenly you have this urge to go for a hike. You have someone, you hear a voice inside your head saying, swim, go shopping, go have fun, watch a fun movie. That's what you really feel like doing. It's important to follow this guidance. And we could hear like a voice in our head, clear as day, telling us to do something that is the same guidance that is just as relevant as if you feel a certain way. If I feel like I need to go for a walk, I feel like I need to have some fun, it's exactly the same way. Guidance comes to us in many different forms, and it's just as relevant if you hear it as if you feel it or just know it. Sometimes we just know this is what we need to do. Now, it's important to listen to our guidance and not question it, because if we question it and try to figure out why do I feel like I need to go for a walk? I need to work. I'm asking about work. I should be working hard. We're not receiving our guidance. Often when we ask for help, we always get it, whether we consciously work with our angels or not. They are around us. We all have guides, we all have angels, and we're all directly connected to God. So we don't necessarily need to be praying, God, help me. God hears us all the time. Our Creator hears us. The universe answers us. However you're more comfortable thinking about it. This is a non-denominational video, so you can think about it whichever way you want. But if you ask for guidance, you're always going to get it. It's natural. It's a natural part of life to receive. Often we don't think we're receiving because we don't expect it to appear in the way that we think it should. So we're putting our own expectations on it. It's good just to let it go and be open. And often that's a problem. If we're asking for guidance and it causes a lot of people to doubt and think that they're not doing it right, they're not getting the right guidance because they're just simply expecting a different answer. One thing I can tell you about working with angels is they often answer us in many different ways. And because we're working with Archangel Michael today, I'm going to explain a little more about angels. Is when we ask for guidance, they are at a point of wisdom, of higher consciousness than we are on this planet, and we cannot help that because we're in human bodies. So we're sort of we just have to agree with the laws that govern being in a 3D existence, such as we're in a body. We have certain limitations. Angels have no limitations. They're energetic beings, purely energetic beings, and they're not restrained by their bodies, by any physical body. So they have a larger scope. Plus they're, wise, of course, and directly connected with God in ways that we can, if we wish. We usually just put up little blocks for ourselves. So they have a larger scope. Something like taking a walk might seem totally irrelevant, and that's why it's best not to question your guidance. If you're hearing go for a walk, just go for a walk. It's instead of trying to figure out why you should go for a walk, because often angels the reason you need to go for a walk maybe is to clear your mind. Maybe you're so stressed out that it's blocking your creativity. Maybe there's something on your walk that you see that'll get you going. Maybe you need exercise and you've built up toxins in your body, and that's stopping you from working. It's making you aggravated. It's making your energy, not flow properly. And when you go for a walk and get some exercise, perhaps that'll get you going and get your body moving in the way it needs to free up. Maybe your chakras are blocked, and that needs to be cleared when you go outside. There's so many different ways that a walk could benefit us. And if the angels are telling you that's what you need to do, of course they could be very many different reasons. So that's just one example. The angels could tell you to do so many different things. Your guidance could be telling you to go in so many different ways. But that's just one example, and I feel it's important to explain it because many of us will hear guidance that we don't think is guidance, and we just immediately discount it. And that's where we run into problems. So this is one method, and of course your eyes are probably open at this point. If not, open your eyes. You don't have to close them. You can use this method of centering yourself at any point in the day. You don't necessarily even have to have a question. If you just feel you need to calm yourself and get more into yourself, you can do this. Of course, we are made up of our physical bodies, but we're also made up of our souls, and our soul is always connected to God. So when we access that part of ourselves, we access the guidance that is available to us, higher guidance. So that's why it's important just to calm down and bring ourselves back to that space of peace, that space within ourselves, where we can hear our guidance very clearly. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If you have any questions, you can contact me on my website, www.parashini.com. If you'd like to work more with the angels, there's many beautiful, gifted angel teachers out there. My husband's one of them. You can reach him at www.charlesvirtue.com, and he does classes on connecting with your angels. This exercise, though, is really just a beginner exercise, and anyone can do it, because if you're connecting with your angels, you really, unless you really would like to take that connection further and explore more, this is available to anyone at any time, anywhere. You don't need any special skills. Just by connecting the way I taught you to right now is all you really need. So good luck, and I hope that this really does bring you some peace and calm and the guidance that you need. Thank you, and blessings.